The whispering frequencies. In the small town of Eldridge Hollow, nestled between thick woods and looming hills, an old radio station had long since ceased its operations. For years, WELD had been a local favorite, broadcasting news, music, and the occasional ghost story during the late-night hours. But when the signal mysteriously cut out one stormy evening, the station was left to rot, its once proud transmitter now cloaked in rust and fallen leaves. Nina, a curious 16-year-old with an adventurous spirit, had always been intrigued by the tales surrounding WELD. Her friends often dared each other to enter the derelict building after dark, but most only made it as far as the cracked front door, claiming to hear whispers emanating from inside, voices that didn't belong to any living person. They said the station was haunted, cursed by the last broadcast that had sent chills down the community's collective spine. One Friday night, fueled by a restless urge to discover the truth, Nina resolved to explore the haunted airwaves for herself. She gathered her friends, Sam, a tech enthusiast, Liz, the adventurous skeptic, and Jamie, the nervous but loyal companion. Armed with flashlights, a portable recorder, and a sense of bravado, they set off under the moon's watchful gaze. When they reached the station, weeds choking the entrance and windows broken like jagged teeth, Nina felt a shiver creep down her spine. "What if we hear something?" she joked, trying to mask her unease. Sam set up their equipment in the faded reception area, the old radio tower looming ominously behind him. As they adjusted the knobs looking for a signal, Liz started to tease Jamie about his fear of ghosts. "You believe in that stuff too much," she said, rolling her eyes. But moments later, as they switched on their recorder, a thick air of anticipation hung over them. They dared each other to seek out the rumored haunted frequencies, and for fun, they decided to send out a call into the darkness. "Is anyone there?" For the first few minutes, only static greeted them, an oppressive silence like a heavy fog closing around them. But then, amidst the crackles, came a soft voice, barely a whisper, like the gentle rustling of leaves. "Help, us?" Nina's heart raced as her friends exchanged wide-eyed glances. Was it real? Had they truly caught something? They recorded the eerie whisper, but as they played it back, the quality diminished, the voice becoming muffled as if suffocated by the old technology. Sam tuned the radio again, voice crackling back to life. "Please, don't leave." "I think we should go," Jamie finally mumbled, his face pale. "That sounds creepy." Nina hesitated. Deep down, she felt a mix of fear and fascination. "Just a little longer," she insisted, putting the audio on loop. The whispers grew bolder, more distinct the longer they listened. "They're coming, help." As the clock ticked closer to midnight, the temperature in the room dropped sharply. Shadows began to dance along the walls, and the air felt electric. The whispers shifted from desperate pleas to warnings, darker intentions threading through each syllable. "Run, before it's too late." Suddenly, the lights flickered as if reacting to the very panic in the air. The group huddled closer together, Sam's fingers drifting across the dials. "There's something in the audio, it's affecting the radio. Maybe we should just leave," Liz said, her voice wavering. But it was too late. Another burst of static filled the air, followed by an ear-piercing scream that tore through the night, chilling and haunting, echoing across time. The friends froze, dread flooding their senses. The door to the radio station slammed shut with a thunderous crash, the sound reverberating like a funeral toll. Panic surged through them, and Nina lunged for the door, but it wouldn't budge. The whispers reached a fever pitch. "Stay with us, forever." In a flash of instinct, Sam grabbed the recorder and ripped out the batteries, cutting off the tortured voices as the scream subsided into silence. The energy in the room shifted, the oppressive atmosphere lightening momentarily. "Now," Jamie yelled, slamming against the door with all his might. With a last desperate effort, the door finally gave way, and they surged into the night, adrenaline propelling them faster than fear ever could. They didn't stop running until they reached the edge of the woods, the old transmitter fading behind them. The next day, shaken but relieved, they vowed never to return. As Nina sat in her room, she couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed them. She grabbed the recorder, too curious to resist. As she rewound the audio, a chill ran down her spine. The last whisper was unmistakable, echoing softly in the silence. "You should have never left, now you're mine." Sleep evaded her that night, And every night thereafter, as the whispers grew closer, weaving into her dreams, luring her back to the place where the airwaves twisted into something dark and sinister. The old radio station might have been abandoned, but the frequency of fear still called to her, beckoning her with promises that were too dangerous to ignore.